Welcome back to Truly Heal, and today's video where we look at Rife versus Ozone to deal with infections, infectious diseases, pathogens, bacteria, fungi, mold, candida and virus. Now you all know when you have cancer, you have fungal overgrowth, you have bacterial overgrowth. Many bacteria are known to be actually related to different cancers. So if we have Helicobacter pylori, we know exactly that that's related to different types of cancers. And so having cancer, you know that you have a pathogenic overload. Having Lyme disease or HIV or hepatitis C or any of those infectious diseases, you know as well that there is an overgrowth of those bacteria. And now we need to discuss how to get rid of that. And that bears two questions. And I start with question number one, which is the question that I get all the time. Can I completely get rid of my infection using Rife frequencies? Can I kill off all Lyme bacteria and go back to a normal life? And that's a very, very good question. Unfortunately, the answer is no. Even though if you use ozone therapy, very, very powerful to kill off external everything. You know, they use it to sterilize a theater, an operation room. And yet, we cannot get rid of all the bacteria in our body by using it. It's like not a disinfectant tool, it's something else. And that's what I would like to explain in this video. So, what is the big difference? There's thousands of people who have herpes. And very few have stage 1 and 2. A few of those have then stage 3 and 4. Same with bacteria, Lyme bacteria overgrowth, Helicobacter pylori. Pretty much everybody has it. Only a few go beyond stage 1 and 2, and a few of those go then to stage 3 and 4. It's the same with all of the different infectious diseases. And that's something, once we understand that it's not the bacterium, it's not the virus, it's not the mold that makes us sick, it's the environment of our body that allows those bacteria or pathogens to grow, that's when we find a solution. And this is really important. See, if we have two people in the family, and we have many family members where one person has been bitten by a tick and has Lyme disease, and it's transmitted by saliva, by kissing, by sexual contact, so the other person has the bacteria too. They don't develop stage 1 or 2, whereas the other person does, or 3 and 4. So what is the difference? Why has one person the ability to grow those bacteria and the other one has not? Once we can answer this question, we actually have a solution for our therapies. So very important, it's the milieu of the body, the environment of the body. You have thousands of diseases, different types of bacteria in your body, all dormant. They sleep, dream, they just don't feel right. Oh, it's not the right environment for me to blossom, to grow, so they stay dormant. If your immune system is up to the job and works really hard, it gobbles up everything that tries to unfold and keeps it at bay. That's why 87% of your immune system lives in your gut and works the whole time to keep everything in balance. Now let's say you shift your body milieu, too much acidity, not enough oxygen, not enough nutrients, too much toxicity, too much of a sedative lifestyle, too much stress. And all of a sudden the balance goes out. Your immune system says, oh my God, that's a hostile environment for me. I can't work in those conditions. Oh, and your bacteria all of a sudden go like, oh, that's my favorite environment. Now I start growing. And that's when the imbalance occurs and your pathogenic bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, they don't need oxygen, all of a sudden start thriving, and without oxygen your immune system goes, okay, I'll have a break. I have a very well-deserved break. I've been working so hard, and if they don't provide me with oxygen, I can't do anything. You realize It's a balancing system that we need to maintain. So changing the milieu is number one focus of a lasting treatment. And that's where both of those have different values. And I'll discuss that in a moment. This one would be a lot more focusing on changing the milieu in the body, changing it to a healthy environment, whereas this is more to kill off bacteria, fungi, molds. So it's more designed to reduce the burden, to lower the burden, which is point number 2. When you have complete overgrowth, let's say you have your bacteria in a very, very high level, Lyme disease, bacteria and larvae and mature cells and young bacteria, all mixed in the body and they all infest new cells. Well, is it important to lower that so that the body can actually handle the problem? Yes, we all know it's pretty wise to do so. And that's why killing off the overgrowth, reducing the burden, reducing the mega load is so crucial. So we cannot just hope for the immune system to deal with it. We need to stop it as fast as we can. Especially certain bacteria, they attack nerve cells, which we know regenerate very, very slowly, if at all. So once your nervous system is attacked and is broken down, well, it takes eternity, probably longer than your lifetime, for that to repair. So you want to stop every degeneration before that happens, which means to lower the burden is crucial and really, really important. But will those bacteria grow back if we still have a suitable environment for them to grow? You know, fertile ground for bacteria, hostile for immune system? Yes. So we need to do both, right? We need to boost our environment, make it really hostile to bacteria, make it friendly to the immune system. And on the other side, we need to bring the burden down. And that's where now let's look at those two treatments. And I start with ozone. What are the main effects of ozone if we look at it? Number one, and this is really crucial, poorly oxygenated cells become a host for bacteria and virus because they are unable to make their defense enzymes. So if you have low oxygen in your system, your cells become vulnerable to be attacked by virus and bacteria. And they dive into the cell, use the cell as a host, and then multiply. So by using ozone oxygen therapy, you have very well protected cells. You protect your healthy cells from further invasion. Very important. 4 major enzymes are produced by well oxygenated cells to build the defensive shield: superoxidase dismutase, SOD, reductase, glutathione peroxidase, and catalase. And these are protective shields that your body starts building when you use ozone therapy regularly. So if you do daily rectal insufflation, you breathe ozonides like I do right now, or you would drink ozone water on a regular basis, you build up this oxygen level in your system. It's like Dr. Schallenberger always says so nice, it's like oxygen in a bottle, exercise in a bottle, health in a bottle, or in an insufflation bag. So it's a really powerful treatment to change the milieu. You also have diseased cells as well as pathogenic cells have no protective enzyme shield. So when ozone is introduced into the body, cells with deficient enzyme shields are oxidized and destroyed, and healthy cells thrive. So it's a quite selective treatment in killing off unhealthy cells, and healthy cells, they get mega energy and they thrive. So very, very important, very selective treatment. Where do I move on? Here. Second advantage of ozone is that immune cells need 100 times more oxygen in order to build hydrogen peroxide, to have that killing effect and to kill off pathogens. So if you have enough oxygen in your system, your immune system can actually handle the job. And I always describe that in a very nice way. You know, when you see your immune system down here and it just catches that little bacterium and it chases behind the bacterium, It goes like me chasing someone that stole my purse. And if I run out of air, well, the bacterium or the thief runs away. If I have enough air to continue, then I might catch that invader and I'm able to overwhelm him. And that's what the white blood cell, that little white blood cell, actually takes away from the red blood cells. It takes the oxygen from the hemoglobin and absorbs it. And that's why it's so important to have well oxygenated blood. If you do a treatment like me now, while I do the presentation with ozonides, or you have a rectal insufflation, you boost your immune system with oxygen. I breathe in pure oxygen combined with ozonides, which are energy bubbles that stimulate my immune system. So doing this on an ongoing basis, plus rectal insufflations, you provide that extra oxygen that your immune system needs. Advantage number three, it accelerates glucolysis, the breakdown of glycogen, ATP production. And let me just simply say, as soon as you start using ozone for a certain period of time, you increase super red blood cells, as I call them. They take on oxygen in your lungs a lot faster, easier, they hold on to it, but they also release oxygen a lot faster into the tissue. So they become super red blood cells, very powerful to take on and release oxygen to where it's needed, to give it to the immune system, to give it to your cells for repair, to give you for ATP production. And you can read all the rest yourself. I put the slides underneath. Very, very powerful. And then we have the next advantage, number 4. It increases leukocytes and phagocytes, which means production of white blood cells. And what do we want? An increased immune system, a powerful immune system. So that's really, it stimulates the rebuilding of tissue. And that's why when you breathe in ozonides or you use it rectal or drink ozone water, you repair the tissue membrane, the mucous membrane that filters the outside world from the inside world. We know throat, gut, that's where the food goes through, and only the fine things that we actually should absorb go through that mucous membrane, and the rest is filtered through and broken down into poo and pee, and we're not supposed to absorb that. Bacteria, overgrowth, everything stays outside, and inside all the nutrients, minerals. And that's what is so cool when you think about with repair of tissue, you repair your mucous membranes with ozone. Hey, I can heal leaky gut in a matter of 4 to 6 weeks, subject that I stop abusing my gut during that time, and repair my mucous membranes, throat, sinus, ears. Fantastic. So very important. It's germicidal. And this is where it comes in. We kill off germs, we kill off bacteria, virucidal bacteria, fungi, staphylococcus, anemia, even antibiotic resistant bacteria can be killed with ozone. It's fungicidal, it kills in candida, mold, and many other pathogens, opens the circular plasmid DNA, Again, so many benefits, proven benefits, documented in research studies, just by using ozone. And let's face it, how difficult is it to use ozone? In the morning, a 3-minute rectal insufflation, that's it, done. Then I drink ozone water or bubble while I sit here at my desk and work. I use a bit of ozonides and I'm done. And I have boosted my immune system, I changed the milieu, and let's say I've 70%, and that's just my estimate, 70% changed the milieu of the body, transformed, oxygenated the milieu, and reduced inflammation, activated cell protection, increased my energy levels with ozone, and with about 30%, if at all, I've killed off a few bacteria, fungi, mold. Cool? If I keep doing that, well, will I lower the burden? Very gently, very slowly. Will I protect my system and build up my immune system? Dramatically. So 70% change of milieu and repair, and 30% killing off of systemic bacteria overgrowth. Now let's move to Rife. And here we have completely different dynamic. I have a targeted treatment that allows me to kill off bacteria very specifically. If I know what kind of overgrowth I have, what kind of bacteria, what kind of viral overgrowth I have, I can select it out of the list very, very specifically, set the frequency up in motion, and have a targeted treatment. It's radio frequency penetrating my whole body as I sit here and killing off certain viral loads, bacterial loads, pathogenic, even parasites. So in regards to that, I have a very specific killing instrument. Doesn't have a side effect, doesn't kill off anything else, it doesn't have an effect on my body. It just targets certain specific bacteria. And if you run, for example, in the custom programs in the back, now you can see there is plenty of those. I run a viral cleanse, and then it goes into a long sweep, or I do at the moment, I'm running a program that is sweep microbial. So I go through from 1 Hertz all the way to 6,000, then I observe, do I have response, do I have reactions? And then I go for the next sweep, which goes from 6,000 to 120,000 Hertz in a sweep, and I see how I respond, and then I go to the next. And this way I can determine what are the main problems. Cool, really targeted, killing off. Does it change the body milieu? Not so much. See, with Rife frequencies, I can stimulate my organs. I can stimulate kidney. For example, here I have a virus cleanse, kidney cleanse, lymph cleanse, liver cleanse. You know, all of those things, they will have an effect on better body function, but it doesn't really change the milieu. I haven't induced oxygen, I haven't increased any kind of energy in my level. It's more to do with destruction and, let's say, with organ systems, activation of organs, maybe a 30% system change, body milieu change. And that's where this treatment here would say 30% milieu change and 70% die-off. So if I want to reduce the bacterial load in a very fast and effective way and really bring the pathogenic overgrowth down, then I would start with Rife. But will they grow back? Will all those bacteria come back in no time and start multiplying again because they are still living in a fertile ground? Yes. So that's where this treatment comes in. Plus a bit of supplementation, good nutrition, a bit of exercise, sunshine, walking outdoors. And I have here a change of body milieu, and here I have a targeted treatment which has no side effects. You know how many people go with a viral infection to the doctor and they prescribe antibiotics? What do antibiotics do? They kill off your immune system and have no effect, no influence on any virus whatsoever. So don't do that. We don't want to reduce our immune system. That's our main line of defense. We want to boost our immune system, strengthen it, giving all that it needs to work properly. And that's why both of those treatments have no negative side effects on your immune system, on your body. Both of them boost whether you're healthy or not. I can run these frequencies and I can use Ozone if I'm healthy to increase my performance, to gain more mental clarity, to achieve better results. I don't need to be sick, but if I am sick, they both help me to reduce the burden and to boost my immune system. This one not so much boosting, more killing. This one more boosting, less killing. So combining the two is the optimal way to actually achieve results. All right? I hope I've clarified this question because so many people asked, and I thought it was important to get that overview. So if you have more questions, if you have anything that you would like to know, either about Rife or about Ozone or hypothermia or PMF, post your questions below. I'm looking always for food for thought. You know, what can I share with you? What would you like to know? And I'm always trying to answer questions, hopefully, and most of the time via email. But I think it would be a lot wiser to do that for everybody in those videos. So post your questions below and I'm happy to answer. Right? See you in the next video when we talk about using the right oil for oil bubbling. See you soon.